Here I am at Rogers Arena, and I can't explain the excitement going through me right now. I can't explain the nerves. I'm about as nervous as a person can get. We're about to go in for a Michael Buble press conference, and it's unreal. It's because of people like you that are watching MKP Celebrity Talk, and I can't thank you enough for keeping the views up and the shares. It's moments like this that make my career mean the world to me, and it's because of you guys for watching, so thank you so much. I'm going in to find out all the information I can about Michael Buble's upcoming tour, his latest album, and you never know, maybe his duet with Barbra Streisand. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's go find out. Here we go.
We're all thrilled to have you back, of course. That's a given.
Thank you.
But I would love to know, how many Bubles are you going to have in that stadium when you kick off that show?
You know what's funny? It's not even about the Bubles. I mean, I should just have a show of hands of how many people that I actually know personally in the audience, because I feel like it's going to be absolutely crazy. And even further than that, just people that that have been part of what I've done here, have helped me to come up, and or even just people that I've met, going to the store, because there's people every single day that come up and I interact with, and so it's a very scary gig for me.
Oh, you're fine with the
No,
nerves.
I don't think I've waited a long time for this, especially with this tour, because this is such a great show, and you guys will see. But I talked to Bruce about it yesterday, and I just said to him that no matter how big this gets for me or what happens in my life, that no matter when I come back to Vancouver, you're always my peers, that you're my people, and so it's always just going to matter more to me.
Of course, we are your peeps,
You're
Michael,
my peeps,
always.
yeah,
Now, you are very well known for engaging the audience and bringing people up on stage. I want to know, what does a Vancouverite have to do to get up on that stage during your show?
I don't know. It depends on every night. And any night, how I feel, what people do, what people say. I mean, no show is the same. Every night is like a snowflake. It's unique. I think it's going to be, I can tell you who won't come up. The people who I can see have smoked pot and are vacant-eyed. That in Vancouver, I mean, that's one of every two people.
Now, Michael.
Yes, one of every two people. I talked to my mom yesterday too, and my mom just said, honey, just don't leave anything, don't leave anything out there. Just give everything you have. So that's what I'll do.
Cheers, buddy, and break a leg.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Maija from MKP Celebrity Talk.
Hi.
Nice to finally speak with you.
Nice to finally speak with you too.
Thank
you for calling me a celebrity.
Oh, always. And a dad as well.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Michael, when you get on stage, you're not just a performer who's going out there to sing his songs and leave. You get up there and you give a performance of a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
You incorporate your personality and your sense of humor into it, throwing jokes out into the audience and actually interacting with the people that have come to see you. What makes that part of the show so important to you?
Well, that to me, I've always felt that if you're only gonna play music for people, that's fine, that's lovely. But I always had a hard time understanding why I would pay $100 to go and listen to something that I could pop into my stereo at home, and pay nothing for. And there's also, the lineups are far shorter for the bathroom at my house. So I think it's a lost art. I think that people have spent so much time in this very cynical, you guys are media, so you know better than anybody else, that it's a very cynical world. And so many of the artists of us are trying so hard to be cool that they stop trying. It's not cool to care. And it's much cooler to stare at your shoes, right, and to sing the song and not really give a shit. And for me, I don't feel that way. I really feel like I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be out there. They're an extension of my family. And I love the fact that I get to throw a party for 15,000 people and take them away for a couple hours from their troubles, and not just sing great songs and be present while I sing them, but to also make them laugh, to bring them along, and to make them feel like they were really part of the experience, you know.
And you proved your dedication recently. You were on stage on your Australia tour, and you actually lost a tooth.
Yeah.
The show must go on.
I went to the dentist yesterday here. Thank you, Dr. Ty.
That must have been tough. How do you do that? How do you continue?
You know what? I almost didn't. So people, do you guys know what happened? Did you guys hear about how it happened? Because people just hear that I hit it, but it's not kind of how it happened. I didn't
the
just.
mic stand, right?
Yeah, I keep my time through my foot, and I stomped on the mic stand, and when I hit the mic stand, it acted like a rake, and it came right back up, and so the mic, boom, it just smashed my tooth. It disintegrated. It smashed into my mouth, and I felt like I had been hit in the. I mean, you know, like if you've ever had a fight, which I don't expect that you have,
No.
but if you ever get punched in the jaw, you get a, you know, you get a shock kind of up to your temple, and so at the very first, I just felt, I just saw the lights, and it was a part of I was doing moon dance, and so it was a part where it blacks out, and I was terrified, to be honest with you. I was terrified because I knew right away that there was no tooth, there was nothing there. And I was more worried about blood because there was these little kids that night that were very close. There was a few little 8-year-old, 9-year-old kids. I didn't want to scar them for life in concerts and seeing blood everywhere. And I could taste it, but there was nothing on my mouth. And so I sang the rest of the song like this. And then after Moondance, I thought, well, can I do this? Do I have a lisp? Does this look okay? Da-da-da. And I sang the rest of the show like that, and I just kept going and just thought, okay, just keep doing this. And the only person in the whole place that knew was my dad.
Wow.
And he just saw the look in my eyes, and I guess he knows me well enough to see that I was pretty terrified. I mean, it's a horrible feeling going up there, you know what I mean? There's a few things that are terrible up on stage. One of them is having something like that happen. Having to go to the bathroom is like the worst, the worst. And but he could see right in my eyes, and I finished it. And my mom, he didn't know what had happened. No one did. My mom was sitting with him. They'd come to Australia, and at one point, 3 or 4 songs later, my dad still didn't know what was going on. No one did. And they could see my drummer was playing, and I turned back towards my drummer, and I went, and my drummer did this.
Oh no.
And that's when my mom knew. She looked at my head and she said, "You're right, something is bad here." So
Oh no.
nothing. They pulled the cameras back, and I went and did dental surgery about literally 10 minutes after I got off stage, and then I went the next morning because it wasn't enough, and did the show that night. So it was a good story, anyway.
Impressive.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hey, Dan.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Aaron beat me to the first question. I wanted to know what a guest list does look like here at home.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just not Buble's. I know there's a lot of you, but
Yeah.
Anyways, and the follow to that, rituals when you're at home performing. You know, you get on the road. You've been on the road. It seems like for years now. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering when you're at home, getting ready to come to a show. What changes? Do you have any rituals? Do you have to lock everybody out, or are you going to the bathroom? I understand that that's an important thing.
Take some Imodium and pray. No, the truth is nothing really changes, and it's funny. Leading up to this, I was thinking about it, and I was talking to Bruce and telling him, you know, I was a little bit nervous and how excited I was. But as we've gotten closer here, as I've gotten to being a day away, the nerves have just faded away. There's no nerves now. It's sheer excitement because you guys, a lot of you, a lot of you, we know each other really well. Some of you I don't know that well, but for me, there's just no room for humility when I tell you that this show is the greatest show on earth. I mean, tomorrow when you leave, talk is cheap, you know, so I can tell you all how wonderful this is, but when you leave, you'll get it. And I hope that you're as proud of me as I am of being one of you when I get off that stage, because we busted our ass to make sure that this show was an elevation in every single way.
Hello,
Hey, Terry.
welcome home.
How are you, sir?
Very well. How was your Father's Day?
Good, man. Really good. Rainy.
Did you spoil him just a bit?
You know what? He spoiled me. I woke up and my wife, a couple days before, had asked me, because she was going to get, we go to the Minichello, our friends of our family, the Minichellos, and they have the Minichello jewelers, and where I've got all my wedding ring and all that stuff. And she said, oh, I'm going to go get mine cleaned. And she said, do you want yours clean? And I said, oh, okay, I've never got it clean, sure. And had no clue. And when I got it back that morning, she had put Noah's birthstone. It's really small in there, so that was cool. And she had gone and got this kind of piece of art done, and it's all kind of pictures that he's made. They painted his feet and kind of put his little feet on there. And then I took him to Confederation Park, and they have that really cool train set.
Yeah.
And it was this beautiful morning, and then we got there, and it was pissing rain. Just like it was me and my wife and crying children everywhere. Literally, all you heard was, "I'm cold." And so it was one of those things. In theory, it was a really great idea, but it was a fun day. And then I had the whole family over. So
Well, happy
all the
Father's
dads.
Day. Happy Father's
Thanks,
Day.
man.
This tour started in London with 10 shows.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that kickoff? What memories do you carry with you about that?
I remember that we built the show, and I remember knowing 3 days in that this show was spectacular. And again, I was excited to show it off. And here at Rogers, I think we've got about, how many people does it fit? About 13,000 or 14,000, something like that. And there was 21 or 22,000. So a lot bigger. But it was nice. I had my mom and dad were with me. I had a friend of mine is a really famous comedian there named Peter Kay. He came with me, him and his kids, and I just was really warm, and I was really grateful. And you know, when you haven't toured for a while and you get cold, your insecurity and your false self tells you that you're going to fail, and are you still any good, and can you do it? And so I think more than anything, there was this great sense of relief of knowing that that everything was okay. And I think the truth is, honestly, it made me more confident than I've ever been, ever. I mean, I knew when halfway through that thing, I knew that this was going to be a huge tour.
And how different is this show now? Is it the same show, or is it evolves, right?
It evolves, yeah. Every single day it does. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people come to Thursday night and Friday night, and they'll see that it'll be a different show. And you know what's funny is it depends on as much on my humor that night, Terry, as it does on the audience. You know, it could anything. It could be just something somebody yells, and the whole night is different.
Hello.
Hi, Fiona.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Great to see you as a papa, and how excited you were when Trevor just handed you that jersey.
Thank
How
you.
has being a dad changed you and your music and what you do?
It healed me, you know. I was quite lost I felt like a child, to be honest, when you and Mike Eckford divorced.
I'm sorry about the breakup. It really
I didn't
affected
know who
you.
to choose. I love both of you. I want to live with both of you. Eckford bought me things.
Stop now.
I forgot. Sorry. What was the question again?
Has being a dad changed you and what you do?
Yes, it has. It completely has. It's really put everything into perspective. It's made me 10 times better because, and I don't want to be cliched here. I don't want to say things a million times that I've said before, but it's my truth. It makes everything easier. It makes my decision making easier. It makes me better. It puts less pressure on me because at the end of the day, and at the beginning of the day, I know that I'm the kid's dad, and that fills me. It completely fills me up and fulfills me. And this thing that I'm doing, this music that I make, the entertaining, the job, is awesome, and I'm grateful for it. But it's my job. It's not who I am, and who I am is a dad and a husband. And sometimes maybe I even say that to myself so that I can put myself at ease, because this is a scary job that I do. I'm not in a band. I don't get to look back and rely on 4 other guys. I'm not friends with a bunch of people in the industry. I don't do tours where I go and do festivals. This is me. I stand there alone, pretty much. And I think it's pretty scary sometimes. And so maybe that's part of, I'm just being really honest with you right now. It's like talking to a shrink. But I think sometimes I tell myself, you know, it's better for me to tell myself that, because it allows me to be free. You know, I'm writing better than I ever have. I'm performing better than I ever have. And it's because for the first time in my life, I probably understand what my true priority is.
Aaron and I were just sitting here and reminiscing about the Babaloo days, because
Yeah.
we were there every weekend.
Yeah.
She was trying to swing dance. I wasn't.
Yeah.
What do you and we were laughing and talking about how great it is, because honestly, to me, Michael, you haven't changed. What do you think about when you go back and you reminisce about those days at Babaloo?
Oh, my God. I remember all of you. I remember you, Larry, really well. I remember most of it anyway. I think, I think that I hope I haven't changed. I hope that my parents instilled a sense of humility in me, and kindness and compassion that let me, I hope that's always the way it is. I hope I teach my kid that through the way that I am, through my actions. I think, obviously, I mean, the more you do it, you get seasoned. It's funny, you know, one of my mom's best friends, her name is Pina D'Annunzio. She owns a hair salon, and the other day she was cutting this woman's hair, and she was telling her how excited she was to come and see my show, that she had tickets for both nights. And the client said to her, she said, you know, I went to go see this guy, Buble, at Babaloo, and I fucking hated him. She said, he was disgusting, she said. And Pina told me she got so mad at her. And what's funny is, you know what? I'm really not that different. I mean, I'm more seasoned, and I'm probably more, I'm not trying as hard. But if you didn't like me then, you're probably not going to like me now.
Just wanted to ask you, you got the jersey today from Trevor Linden. You've accomplished so much in your life. You're one of the world's highest paid entertainers. Is it still a dream of yours to own the Vancouver Canucks?
You know, it's a dream, but I have a doubt that it will ever come to fruition. Who knows? The Aquilinis are good owners, and I like Francesco a lot, and I think he's really, he really cares, and I don't see him relinquishing that title very soon. I'd be lying to you if I told you I haven't come very close to being an owner in other cities. I guess I've been waiting for the right thing to come along. I mean, I've talked to Bruce a lot about it. It's a pretty dangerous proposition. It's a scary proposition. I might make good money, but I'm not a billionaire. And from the friends that I have that are billionaires, when I've asked them their advice, every single one of them has told me I'd be an idiot to buy a team. Every single one has said, don't be an idiot, don't be an idiot. So as much as it's a dream, the truth is I get a lot of fulfillment for being a part owner of the Vancouver Giants with Ron Toigo and Bruce and Pat Quinn. I love junior hockey. I love Giants hockey. I think I got to be part of a class organization. I mean, truly, a class organization. And, you know, I know that there were a couple tough seasons for people, but I think people are going to get back on the bandwagon again, because the Giants we got a lot of good things happening, a lot of young kids. So for me as an owner, my dream was to be a part of hockey, and at a grassroots level is awesome. You know, I love it. So if I ever have the chance to become an owner in the NHL, that would be great too. But for now, I mean, I'm living the dream. I get to say that I'm co-owner of the Vancouver Giants.
I'm guessing you're cheering for Italy in the World Cup?
You'd be guessing wrong.
Who are you cheering for?
Yeah, Argentina, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Argentina. I'm so scared not to. I truly am. My hairdresser is Melissa over there, Melissa Uttini. And she came over this morning and she said, so you going for Italy? And I said, I'm not going for, I'm going for Argentina. I gotta, you know what I mean? Gotta go with the wife, and the baby has got the Argentina jersey on. And she just looked at me and went like, what are you doing? But you know what? The truth is, for me, it's not, it's fun to watch, and it's just not that important. So if it comes to supporting the girl, I'll support her.
Just one more thing, in keeping with scalpers and the way that the music industry has changed over the years, more and more people now are relying on concert tours to make their money. What are you doing differently to make people want to come back again and again? How do you keep your fans wanting to come and see you, not just tonight, but maybe buying tickets again for Friday night after seeing tomorrow night's show?
Well, I think there's an honesty in what I do. I think that you can fool people for so long. I'm in bliss when I'm up there, and like many of you, I'm sure you like it. I know you guys do. You got a good job. It's a nice job to have. I mean, we see other people and digging ditches, and I love what I do. It's real, and so even if I'm not your cup of tea, you can't walk away and say that, you know, it wasn't at least fun. I have a blast up there. Before that curtain opens. I stand behind that curtain backstage, and I can hear the murmuring and the vibrations of thousands of people. And I stand with the microphone, and every single night before that curtain opens, I thank God. I thank the universe for allowing me to go out and connect to all these beautiful souls. You know, I get to go out and laugh with these people and celebrate with these people and sing music that I love and I'm passionate about, and I write songs, and they know the words to the songs I wrote, and they sing along, and mostly they screw them up, but they sing along, you know, and I think that they can see it. I think they can see my passion. I think they can hopefully see that I'm a kid from Burnaby that somehow made it.
Michael, you're a hit on traditional radio. Catherine, hi.
Hi, Catherine.
You're a hit on traditional radio. You also probably know you are a hit on digital radio. In fact, you are one of the top requested artists on martiniinthemorning.com out of California.
Cool.
On behalf of martiniinthemorning.com, can you make us a quick comment about the digital music era? And last part, can you tell us what your favorite crooner song to sing is?
Sure. Well, hello, Martini in the Morning. For those of you who don't know, it's a big show out of California, out of LA, that were really supportive of me from the very beginning. Brad Chambers, is Brad still there?
Brad Martini Chambers is.
There we go. So thank you, by the way, for that support. The business has changed, and I think that probably most of us were fearful that somehow this was going to slip away from us. And the truth is, the people were saying the music industry is in trouble, it's dying, it's sick. But it's not. It's just changed, and digitally, it's changing. I mean, we're just more people than ever are buying music and listening to music. It's just happening in a different way. And you know what? My grandpa is now downloading off iTunes, and he's 87 years old. And so that just kind of shows you that things are changing a lot. Thank you.
We've got.
Oh, my favorite crooner song. My favorite crooner song. I really like "That's All" a lot. And I always thought Stormy Weather was a really pretty song, too. Thank you.
We've got one more question.
I just want to talk to you about audience participation, fan interaction. I know you're big on that, and you're very accessible, and obviously harnessing social media with that. So what gave you the idea to submit and ask for requests from people, your fans, to do these pre-warm-up shows backstage? Because it's become such a viral sensation, and it's a lot of fun for you to sort of get out there and do different types of music that people wouldn't see you necessarily do on stage. What was the sort of catalyst for that?
Every night before the show, I warm up, and it used to be that boring warm-up where my musical director Alan would come in and we'd do scales and stuff, or we'd sing, you know, a couple tunes from the show, and I just to get myself ready. And a guitar player that plays for me one day said, "Hey, you know, let me come in and play too." So he came in, and the drummer, who I'm very close with, came in, Marion, and he said, "Oh, let's play." And so we just started to mess around and do these songs. And then one day I said, "You know, how can we do something for this Instagram?" Because I'm so learning social media. I'm so behind on it, you know. And Tori, who is right there, and she takes care of that for me. She said, "Yeah, they're like, you know, 15 seconds." And so I did the first one, and we went, "You know what? That's cool." And people liked it, and so I started doing it, and every night we would do a different one. It was just fun, just coming up with new stuff. And at first it was kind of for us, and then we started to notice that the followers went from, I don't know, what was it, Tor? We went on Instagram anyway from 90,000 started, and now it's at 500,000. And then Tori said to me, you know what, Mike? Why don't you just take requests? Why don't you have people, you know, let the fans figure out what the song is? And so we did, and it's so much fun. I mean, that's actually one of the things I can't wait for. Is, you know, tomorrow is to get in the dressing room and get the boys together and see what the people come up with. Thank you.
We see this guy out there, and you're talking about your insecurities. We don't see those insecurities. What we see is joy. You talk about that freedom, that creative freedom. How much of that is Buble, just being a Buble and having that blood in your system, and how much is being Canadian, growing up in Canada?
I think the being Canadian was huge, and I think we all know. It's like again, you're media, so I think you get this more than the everyday person would. We're a nation of observers. We're this little country sitting next to this gigantic country, and so we understand what makes them tick or what they like. But at the same time, we have this very distinct personality and sense of style, sense of humor. I feel like I rest upon that, especially leaving Canada, going to other countries. I mean, honest to God, if you want to know why I think I'm as big as I am in the UK or Australia or South Africa, it's because I'm Canadian. Not solely because I have a Canadian passport, but because I am Canadian. I embody what it is we are. I have a very self-deprecating sense of humor, like we all do. It's dry, and they get it. They get it. They appreciate it. You know, I think that in America, sometimes I have a bit of a tougher time, especially in mid-America. I know that many times before I go out, Bruce will actually say to me, you know, hey, you know where you are tonight, and you know what I mean? Exactly. No, you know where you are, and know that what you said in LA or New York is awesome, but just think about it before you say it here. So that's very, you know, it's funny, it's the truth though. I mean, one of the things that I said at the last tour in Australia, when I thanked them, is I said, firstly, I want to thank you for your support. You changed my life, you changed my family's life. And I said, but most of all, thanks for just letting me be me. Thanks for letting me be a Canadian guy who can just take the piss out of himself. And I said, but mostly, thank you guys for not having your heads up your asses. That's what I said.
All right, that's a great way to end it, Michael.
Thank you, guys.